Okay, so we're going to do the Q&A. I am so excited to be doing this with you. So we are going to be answering your questions. Now, the team, let's give a round of applause to the team. The team is putting all of your questions here for me so I can grab them easily. So as you come on, let me know you're here. So again, I can give away brushes and all of that great stuff. And also, so I don't feel alone. I don't want to feel alone. Okay, so let's see. Oh my gosh, I think I found me. Okay, good. Awesome. Yay! Okay, great. Have y'all had fun? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This has been such a fun time. Okay, so let's go ahead and answer questions. So what I'm going to do, basically I answer questions so my face falls off. And so I'm going to be looking right here and kind of go down the list of what your questions are. Okay, so are you ready? Let me know in the comments. Lost you for a minute or two, having a blast. Oh, good, Jess. Awesome. Very good, Leanne. I'm so glad you're having fun. Hi, Tamara. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, thank y'all for being patient with this, having to go back and forth like that because it was a little bit weird. Frustrating. So hopefully you're watching. Let me know if you're watching live right now, obviously. And then if you're watching this tomorrow, you can put replay if you're watching the replay. Okay, so Sunny Dawn Marler says, how do I keep the conversation going with my class? This is a great question. Okay, so we have, let me see how many questions we have right now. We have 40 questions, and if you still have questions, you can put them in the chat. So don't worry if you're still, writing questions, they're grabbing them and putting them over here for me. So I'm going to try to answer them as fast as possible. And then don't worry if you join Paint Party Headquarters, which by the way, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have more questions tomorrow, remember at 10 a.m. I'm going to be live with you via Zoom. So if you join, if you have joined this week or even, last week, you will get a link to Zoom and then we can actually be, together on Zoom and we can have coffee together and all of that good stuff. Okay, so how do you keep the conversation going with my class? Number one, use our Paint Party playlist. I beg you. We have been testing out the great songs that make people like excited and then they start singing along. So number one, make sure you use our Paint Party playlist. Number two, we have a thing called, where are they? Oh, I think they're in my art studio. It's called Paint Party Questions. So if anything's a little wonky and you're like, oh, it feels a little crazy, you can always pass out the Paint Party questions and have them, ask each other, and then it kind of keeps the conversation going. Another tip, be okay with the silence. Sometimes as women, as adults, whatever, we need we're in it. We're in the zone and we enjoy that silence. So don't always think you have to have everybody talking all the time. That doesn't mean that they're not having fun. Rita says, do you need to file a DBA in order to make or collect money? File on tax returns. Great question. DBA, I highly recommend. It's doing business as. It costs about 25 bucks at your county clerk's office. I go in person just because a lot of online stuff, sometimes can send you down a scam area. So I will do that. And then as far as tax returns, I highly recommend you talk to a trusted local CPA. You can also go to your local SBA, something like that. Here's the thing. I can teach you everything there is to know about paint parties, but I do not want to get you thrown in jail. I am not a tax professional, so make sure you go there for that. Okay, Tina asks, what do you recommend to keep on hand for paints? Do you buy the small bottles at like Joann's or you order the giant bottles? Great question. I love the small 2-ounce bottles. I'm trying to see if I have any on my desk here. The 2-ounce bottles are my favorite. I recommend those. I love Deco Art, but you can use Craftsmart. You can use Folk Art, any of those. And the reason I love the little bottles versus the giant bottles is because I like those specific colors. So like to get, the pretty golds or whatever, like I love knowing I have access to like a 24 karat gold, right? Like things like that. So that's what I like to do. Again, I know a lot in the beginning days, I used a lot of the giant big bottles and then I mixed it and sometimes you just don't get like a good dragon fruit pink with trying to mix it yourself. Okay, Jess says, how far have you traveled for a party? Who wants to guess? If you can guess how far I've traveled for a party, I will send you some brushes. Let's see. Let's see if anybody can guess. Yes, Sonia, embrace the awkward. I agree. 2,000 miles. Yeah, that's about right. I have traveled. So I have a really cool video called Traveling Paint Parties, and you should watch it. And Brendan, I don't know if you can find it, but if you can post it in this group, I would love for y'all to see it. It's on my YouTube. Yeah, and Charlotte, when I first moved back to Texas after being gone for almost 10 years, me and my daughter Pixie, we did like a 13, 14-day road trip when she was way younger. And we did it for several years. And so basically what we do is we travel, we do paint parties along the way. And on one of these trips, we did 5 paint parties over a time period of about 13 days. And we drove everywhere. It was so fun. We stayed with some of our paint party headquarter members. I remember staying with Rita and Mr. Potter, which you'll see them on the cruise. They're a huge part of the training, huge part of paint party headquarters. Okay, so let's see. Lori says, how much do you charge for a virtual class when the client provides their own supplies? So Lori, when I do virtual classes, I charge $350 for an hour. That's my corporate rate. So I give them the supply list, and then they basically show up on a Zoom. I teach them. It takes an hour, and it's $350. Again, it depends. So like if I'm doing an online class like this, I might only charge $10. So it totally depends. But corporate, I charge $350. Again, in that corporate, do you know how they found me? They found me on YouTube. And then they reached out to me and hired me. So now I do a lot of their corporate events behind the scenes, which is really cool. Okay, Lainey says, what if someone doesn't finish within the paint party time? Oh, I have that happen all the time, all the time. And so what I usually do, and I talk about this a lot in Paint Party Headquarters, is really, oh, Donna, welcome. I'm glad you're here. So sorry we had to switch the videos. So what I like to do is really give people like, okay, we're going to finish this in one song. And then I'll play like Dolly Parton 9 to 5 or something. Okay, this background part's only going to take 2 songs. And I really try to anticipate like, okay, I know this takes this much time, and really speak to each part of the painting process. You will get better at it, I promise, but there is kind of like a learning curve to that. Also, another tip is I'll say something like, hey, you know, you have 20 minutes till the group picture. If you're not done, don't worry, it's okay. You know, you can come back and paint, but at 7:50, we're going to do a group picture. Things like that. How many helpers do you have for a party of 20? Okay, so I have been an art teacher. I was an art teacher for 10 years. So, I mean, I'm used to teaching big groups by myself. Especially kids, they're a lot harder to manage. Well, sometimes adults can be harder to manage, but you know, there's definitely tips that I teach inside Paint Party Headquarters for that. But for a party of 20, I would have, if you're brand new, I would have 2 helpers. If you are a seasoned pro, you might not need a helper at all. And if you're like, I'm just a little bit nervous and I want some extra hands, just have 1 helper. Okay, let's see. Chris says, I'm in a situation, none of my family is willing to help me or even believe that my art can be a business. Oh, Chris, okay, hear me. How can I say this without... Sometimes our families are not going to understand or believe in what we're doing until we start showing a paycheck. That's just reality. Okay, there's so many things in our life that we start and we stop. And instead of thinking of it as, oh my gosh, I mean, look, I love Young Living oils. I used to try to sell Young Living oils. Like, I have done that before. Do I sell them today? No, that is not how I'm going to make my money. It is not for me. But I didn't know that unless I tried it. Okay. But if every, few months I'm trying something new, now I'm trying to do this, now I'm trying to do that. Sometimes our family is like, oh, this is exhausting. What's next? So I know for me, when I was first teaching paint parties, I'm very, very thankful. Bobby is so good to me. But there were a lot of days he was working his full-time job. He didn't have time to help because he was at work. So I was at home, Pixie's at school, Bobby's at work, and I'm squirting all the paint into the stuff for the kits. And then all of a sudden it was like the paychecks got bigger, and then they got bigger. And then it was like, oh my gosh, I literally just got, $2,000 for one night. That's what I make in a month teaching. It was like so crazy. So what I want you to remember is that it's okay if your family doesn't understand right away. It is okay if your friends don't understand. They don't ever have to understand. They do not ever. I still have friends to this day that are kind of like, why'd you quit teaching? They're still, some just don't understand. And that's okay. But you got to be okay with going, you know what? I'm going to try this, and I'm going to give it more than 3 weeks. You've got to try. You got to be okay with failure to move forward. And I promise if you keep at it and keep at it and keep at it, I promise if you do what I tell you to do and not do 1,000 things around what I'm telling you to do, you're going to have success. But you can't, say, well, I called this. I didn't tell you to call people. Well, I did that. I didn't tell you to do that. I told you to do this. And when you really follow that and book the party and have the income and go, hey, I got extra money. Let's go on a little road trip. They're going to see something different. And it's crazy. I had family that didn't understand. And then all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute. Did you get paid for every single person? And then they're like, wait a minute, that was like 100 people. That's a lot of money for one night. So yes, that's why we're here. When nobody understands you, come to Paint Party Headquarters and we understand. So we'll be your support system through that. Regina says, big question. Do you have to have insurance to have a paint party? So we have like a link for an insurance that's like really, really cheap. When you're first starting right now, all I ask you to do is just have a practice party. If you start trying to go find your CPA tomorrow, you start trying to go get insurance, you start trying to do a DBA, you start trying blah, 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 blah. What I want you to worry about right now is just having just like I got my little dining room table ready, just have the dining room table ready and teach your weird neighbor, literally just teach your weird neighbor, like whatever. I just want you to take action. If you start going down a list of 500 things right now, you're going to be in the fetal position and tired. And I don't want that. Okay. Anne says, how do you do fundraising, churches, and libraries? Okay, Anne, it's the same way. Send the magic script. Just change it a little bit and book through there. We have some people that actually have oh yeah, it is not. No, it is not like Young Living. No, that is not what this is. When you pay $47 a month, you're paying for access to all my paintings, to all my marketing. You're not trying to get people to sign up for them to sign up to be a part of Paint Party. That's not what this is. This is me saying, use my stuff and go make money. That's literally what it is. So here's the deal with fundraising, churches, and libraries. We have trainings on all of these, but we have somebody in our group that actually has like a grant from the library. So people get to come paint for free and the library pays her the check. And I think she goes every single month. So there's some really cool stuff. Okay, we have a few people that have joined. Let me give a shout out real quick. Oh my gosh. Okay, Carla Garner, congrats. Very exciting. She says, this is so inspiring. I just joined y'all today. Congratulations. I'm so excited. And thank you for trusting us. Thank you for trusting my team. I hope you can see that I am sincere about this. Like I am very, very passionate about paint parties, and I am more passionate about helping artists and crafters realize that they can make money to help their family. Okay. So this isn't just about like, oh, let's go paint. Like, I really want you, I feel like I'm like the Dave Ramsey of art. Like I want you to make a difference in your family's life with your paint party money, whether that's travel, Christmas, whatever. And Jessica says, I joined Paint Pretty headquarters today, just waiting to be accepted into the Facebook group. So excited. Oh my gosh. Hopefully you'll get accepted within 48 hours. So please give our team time. Give us at least 48 hours to accept you, and especially on the weekends. So sometimes it's a little bit slower on the weekends. And Antoinette says, I just signed up. Yay. Welcome. So happy to teach you. Regina says, Heidi, I'm so glad I joined your Paint Pretty headquarters. This is a dream of mine to do. Oh, high five. Dream is happening. I am with you, girl. This was such a dream for me too, and I'm so thankful I get to do this. Sonia says, I'm going to sign up for Paint Pretty headquarters after this live. Oh, yay, Sonia. Congratulations. And I'll see all of y'all that have joined in the morning at 10 a.m. if you're not tired of me yet. Hopefully you're not tired of me yet. I know we've been together all week. Okay, Lori says, do you require payment before the party? Yes. So we teach you how to get prepays before the party. Because here's the deal. If you say, oh, go ahead and, just pay when you get there. People get tired, their day is long, and then they don't show up. But if they've already paid for it, then they're going to show up. So yes, we do. Tamara says, question. Do we need to come up with a name specifically for a paint party business, or can we use our art studio name, Home Studio? What do you recommend? Tamara, inside Paint Party headquarters, we have a whole training, and we try to keep our trainings besides the painting trainings. We try to keep all of our marketing and social media trainings 10 minutes or less. Now, the reason why is because we are busy people. You have a lot to do. You probably have kids, grandkids, and you got cute little Renleys, like things like that, right? Like you have a lot going on. So we cut out any fluff and we make it straight to the point. So we have a training that tells you exactly how I chose my business name. So it kind of walks you through a process. However, don't get stuck on that. If you're like, oh, I need a business name, just Roxanne's Paint Parties, Paint Parties by Roxanne, whatever you want, right? It doesn't have to be crazy. Sandy says, what brushes do you recommend sizes to have on hand? So I recommend 3 brushes. So I recommend 1-inch flat, okay? And we have wholesalers inside of Paint Party headquarters that we recommend. A 1-inch flat, a round, like a 6 or an 8 round, and then a liner brush. So basically, I teach with these 3 brushes and sometimes a chip brush, and I always use these. So if I can't paint it with these, I'm not painting it because I don't want us to have a zillion types of brushes. So I just stick to these 3 for everything. Okay, let's see. Doris says, when you do have a paint party at a restaurant, do they take a part of the money you make? So here's the deal. Most of the restaurants I teach, actually all the restaurants I teach at, they do not take a percentage. However, I make sure to always remind my painters, come early, come order food, grab a drink, get it at 5:30, we'll start painting promptly at 6. When you do that and those customers have bought food, bought drinks, they are always going to want you back. So make sure you do your part to remind them to come early, buy drinks, food, things like that. Is this helpful? Let me know in the comments if it is. Oh, thanks, Charlotte. I just went to the little place and got it done. Thank you. I'm going a little darker. What do you think? I'm trying to it was so dead with the bleach blonde, so I'm trying to make it like a little healthier. And I literally I think I can finally start doing ponytails again. Like I used to always, I know this is a tangent, but just real quick, because I mean, a lot of us are women. I used to always do like braids with my hats, and then my hair started literally falling out. And so now I'm like doing it a little bit darker, and I almost have enough. The other day I just did my first side ponytail in a long time. So I'm very, very excited. Okay, good. It's very helpful. And that's the thing too. Even if you don't join Paint Party headquarters, take notes. Like I am giving you a ton of information. So even if you can't join us, please go make money for your family. Okay. Sheila asked, do you give or have a non-refundable disclosure? Yes. So when people go to sign up for my paint parties, It literally says at the end, and there are no refunds. And I just leave it like that. Now, I am no monster. So if somebody is sick or whatever, like if they contact me, I'll give them a refund. But if they do, or I'll give them a kit. Usually that's what happens is I just give them a kit. Okay, Tanya says, how far out should we plan our parties? 3 weeks. I highly recommend 3 weeks. That gives you plenty of time to get the information to them, all the marketing. And again, we have everything for the marketing for you. And Doris says, the tax part is what scares me more. Doris, no, you should have a business. Oh my gosh, there are so many benefits. When I go to a paint party and I order food, I get to write my dinner off. Like, besides glitter, paint, my dinner, like my gas, there's so many benefits to having a business. And Bethany says, how do you get a student to follow what you're doing instead of doing what they want and then being frustrated or disappointed it didn't turn out? So, okay, I have taught thousands of people at this point, literally thousands of people, no lie. Like, I've been doing this for nearly 20 years. Here's the thing. Miriam says, oh my goodness, I was on the other video. I had no idea. Oh, so sorry. Usually it's all one video, but we had a little tech issue. I apologize, Miriam. For that, you get a brush set. Please email support@texasartandsold.com. Okay, so here's the thing. If they get disappointed now, again, teaching thousands of people at this point in my career, I have only had a handful. I can count on one hand how many people I've had that were disappointed. And so what I decide to do is I kind of say something like, hey, I'm going to be teaching the Nutcracker. Oh, it fell. Okay, I'll say something like, I'm going to be teaching this, but you can paint the Eiffel Tower if you want. Like I say kind of like a joke like that. And I say it kind of just to show them like, this is what I'm teaching, but if you want to go, off the rails, then go for it. So yeah, don't worry too much about that. And again, I really want y'all to just focus on the first step. If you haven't done a practice party yet, do a practice party. Okay, let's see. Jessica, if you were to just sell the paintings, how much would you charge for the different sizes? So again, that's a personal thought. And we do have like some trainings on just like the custom orders. But honestly, if I'm at a paint party and it's towards the end of the season and somebody just painted the girl and they're like, hey, can I buy the guy? I'd be like, all right, $50, 45 bucks, whatever I feel like I want to sell it for. Now, if I know I need this. So there was a paint party several years ago where I was teaching a Mr. Claus and a Mrs. Claus. And I remember I had a party the very next day of the same thing. Because that's one of the secrets, y'all. Like, you don't need hundreds of paintings, even though we give you hundreds of paintings. You don't need hundreds of paintings for a season to make a ton of money. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. You don't need hundreds of paintings to make thousands of dollars in a season. You just need a couple of good paintings. So my paint parties, they all include this season. So you just need a couple of good paintings. So I had a party one time where I was doing a Mr. and Mrs. like Claus, and somebody wanted to buy one. And I remember going like, okay, what price would it be? Because I got to go home and paint this again for the party the next day. And so I just threw out a price and I was like, 75 bucks. That's worth it to me because I can paint it in under an hour and that seems like a good rate for me. And they were like, okay, sold. And I was like, okay, I made $75 and I'm not mad about it because I can paint it really quick. Okay, Jess says, how do you know how much paint to buy for one party? So here's the thing. Don't trip over pennies to make dollars. If you know, pretend this is orange paint, okay? If you know you have a snowman nose and one thing of paint is going to paint 10 snowman's nose, buy 3. Just because I have always ran out of paint, so I overbring. Is that too much? Of course, but I just overbring. Okay. Lainey says, and we're doing good on questions. I'm going to start rapid fire because I know we have a lot of questions and I know y'all been here a while. Again, let me know if you're having fun. I am. I hope you are. Okay, so, and the team is on here. If you have questions and I can't get to them, I know they're replying to your questions too on there. Lainey says, does the location provide the tables, tablecloths, chairs, etc.? If you're not at a restaurant and there aren't tables and chairs there. Okay, so I have made this mistake too. make sure you have, make sure nothing's from the team. Sorry, okay. Make sure you are going to a place that has tables and chairs. I used to, for a very short time, bring tables and chairs. Do not recommend it. Do not do it. It is a pain. Don't do it. So always make sure there's tables and chairs there. I do bring my own plastic tablecloths from the dollar store or Walmart, and then I throw them away. And how do you take payment? So there's many ways. You can use Square, you can use Venmo, you can use a PayPal link, and you can use Ticketmaster, you can use through Constant Contact. We have so many trainings on which one you can choose. Michael and Leslie Treadway, she says, how many hours should you plan for a party? Okay, so I always get there, let's say it's a party of 10. I'll get there an hour early to set up. So let's say my party is from 6 to 8. I'll get there at 5 o'clock, 4:45. I get there way early. So, oh, thanks, Jane. That's so sweet. And so 4:45, I'll get there. I'll set up. I'll be done way ahead of time because I would rather be way early and then be able to shake people's hands, greet them, get them to their spot. And then from 6 to 8, we paint. And then from 8 to 9, I clean up. So from 4:45 to 9. Benita says, what if we sent the script and heard back? What do we tell them next? Benita, look at you go. You are taking action. Pat yourself on the back. I'm so proud of you. That is amazing. Good job. Okay, so if they heard back, say, hey, is there a time I can come up and talk about meeting? Or you could say, that sounds great. Here's a couple of designs. And then send the snowman. If you're a part of Paint Pretty headquarters, grab the nutcrackers for sure. Those are huge winners right now. So send a couple of designs and say, hey, here's some designs. Which one do you like? Remember, it's like you're not trying to go straight into marriage. It's like first date, right? You want to go back and forth with small bits of information. If all of a sudden you hit them with, let's get married, here's 400 bits of information, you got to read all of them, they're going to back off. They're going to ghost you. So again, just say, here's a couple of designs. Which ones do you like? Don't send 5. Send 2 to 3 only, are on trend. Are you sending spring right now? Nope. We are snowmen, nutcrackers, Santa. We are doing all Christmas all the time right now. This is your money-making season. Yes, you can make money in spring. Yes, you can make money in summer. Yes, you can make money in fall. But do not miss right now Christmas season. This is the time. Okay, let's see. Jessica says, do you post on all social media platforms? Yes, definitely. Again, if you're not there yet, send the magic script. Book a lot of my parties that I book are happening through text or happening through Messenger. They're not being blasted. They're just through those channels. So again, don't stress about, oh, I got to be on social media everywhere. Again, just send the magic script or have a practice party. So pop quiz. What should you do first? Watch every training? Should I go to the restaurant or start calling them right away? No, none of that, okay? What should you do first? Have a practice party. It's that easy. Have a practice party. Guinea pig party. Yes, Bethany. Bethany Graham, you just won some paintbrushes. Email support@techstartandsoul.com. Okay, Jess says, how do you create the page to do a live paint party? So this is a group. So for example, right now, you are in a Facebook group that we approved you to be in, and you have access to this Facebook group until November 15th. So just a reminder, if you have not painted the snowman yet or gone through the trainings with me, do it before November 15th because you don't have access to this group after November 15th. So yeah, that's how I do it. And then also, if I'm doing a Zoom, like with a corporate party, I send them the Zoom link. We show up on the Zoom link, we record it, and we go from there. Okay, let's see who else has joined real quick. Okay, we got Jessica Hall. Congratulations. Let's give them a round of applause, by the way. Okay, round of applause if they have joined Paint Pretty headquarters. And Shauna Stower, she says, I just registered for PPHQ at the beginning of the week and did a paint party with 25 college students last night and had a blast. Y'all, high five. You literally just probably paid for your whole year of Paint Party Headquarters. That's insane. Sonia says, I'm getting so excited. Sign up tonight. Yay! Congrats. Very excited. Kelly Rambo just joined. Very cool. Welcome, Kelly. So, so happy to teach you. Bethany Thorne Graham, I just signed up. Very cool. Thank you so much. Again, I am so honored that you trust me and our whole Paint Party Headquarters team. And I see April in the comments. She says, way to take action. Yeah, April's one of our rock stars too. She's a go-getter. And you'll get to meet all of our members and so much fun. And Antoinette, Elijah just signed up. Congratulations. And I'm telling you, if you just go through the trainings and take action and seek support when you need it, there is no telling what, like, think about 1 year from now. Don't think about a month from now. Think about 1 year from now, like what could happen. Again, I told you this about me working in corporate and all of that, you know, literally in spreadsheets. Why would they give me numbers? I am not that person. And here I am today, thankfully, you know, a couple decades later, and my whole world is filled with paint and glitter and color and cool people like you who want to paint dresses and dance and all that fun stuff. Like, it's just this whole magical world we've created, and I'm just so thankful you're a part of it. Okay, let's answer a few more questions. It looks like we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are y'all good for 8 more questions? Can we do it? Yes, we can. Okay, I know we can. Okay, oh, we have a couple snowman celebrations too. Let me share a couple of snowman. Oh yeah, April, that is definitely something we need to remind everybody. She put her kids through college through paint parties. Hear that? She's 2 boys and put them both through college with her paint party money. That is insane. Okay, so Melody Hicks says, I have 4 people Sunday doing a party. Oh my gosh, y'all are action takers. I love this. Okay, Carol says, Carol Bates says, I'm having a sip and paint at a loaded tea shop tomorrow. While I'm watching tonight, I'm tracing the every woman holding tea. Oh, that's one of our designs. That's awesome. Very cool. Julianne says, I reached out to 3 senior living communities. Congrats on taking action. Y'all, we have to congratulate them. Like, these are people like taking action right now. And now is the time. Now is the time. You have not missed the boat. If you're like, oh, Christmas season, it's almost, no, you have time. I promise. Cindy says, I'm doing 2 paint parties on Tuesday as a fundraiser and for my DARS chapters special project. I'm not sure what that means. I apologize. I have 13 signed up between the 2 parties. This will be my first real party. Congrats. Y'all, I'm telling you, if you're like, I'm not sure how to pay for Paint Party Headquarters, book the party, then pay for Paint Party Headquarters. Like, you can do this. I'm so proud of you, Cindy. Crystal says, I have a party scheduled for next Tuesday at the library. Really hoping I get butts in the seats. Well, Crystal, bring out the big guns. This one is selling like hotcakes. I'm telling you. And then we also have not only the snowman we did for this party, but last year's snowman. Oh my gosh, I made personally thousands of dollars off that snowman, and I know many of our Paint Party Headquarters members have made thousands as well. So yeah, if you're unsure, grab the snowman from last year. I call it my Taylor Swift snowman because it's like she's partying. It's like so cool. Okay, the next one I want to share. Nicole Smith says, I booked my party today. I have a retail boutique shop. I normally do cookie decorating classes at. Nicole, I would love to come to your cookie decorating class. Oh my gosh, are you close? I love cookie decorating. I'm so bad at it, but it's so fun. And that's the coolest thing about this. It could be tote bags. It could be floral arrangements. It could be anything. Like, there's so many possibilities. Faye, congrats. Faye has her guinea pig paint party this Sunday. Way to go, Faye. Yay. Very, very cool. So proud of you. Okay, let's answer a few more questions and then we'll do a couple more celebrations and then we'll call it a night. Sound good? Are y'all with me still? Do number 1 if you're with me so I can see if we're still here. or if I'm just talking to the air. I don't think so. Oh no, we got a lot of you on here. Oh my gosh, thank you for hanging out with me. Okay, good. And is this helpful? Again, like I said, even if you don't join, I want you to get tips from this so you can make some money, okay? Jessica says, do the customers take home the painting supplies after the party? How do you clean up all the supplies? So I recommend, just like we showed you on that setup, I recommend just a paper plate, throw it away when you're done. We keep the brushes unless it's an art kit. If it's an art kit, they take it with them. Doris Wilson says, is there a discount store where you can save on supplies? Doris, we have a lot of different wholesalers we work with, and we give you that information inside Paint Party headquarters. So yes, yes, yes. And Crystal says, do you give each painter the step-by-step papers? I do. You don't have to, but I do, just because I think it looks professional, and I don't know. They're so fun. I just give it to them. Okay, let's see. Sarah says, so will the book be sent to us, or do we have to print it at a print shop? Okay, so the lookbook. Good question. The lookbook, let me show you real quick, because I know there's like some things that are, I just fell. Oh my gosh. Y'all, okay, so we were in a plane going to look at a school for Pixie for her college. And I got the biggest bruise because I fell trying to get through the plane seats, and my hips don't lie. I know I tell y'all that, but they really don't lie. And so my hips hit the side of the plane, like the seat, and there was not enough room for these hips. And then I fell into the like armrest, and I seriously, like, my leg like here has like this giant knot on it, and oh my gosh, it's so bad. And then I just did it again. Just these hips, they just don't lie. Okay, so this lookbook, you will get this when you're a brand new member. We mail this to you, so it has room for you to put your information, and then it has all of the seasons. And again, this is not everything we have, okay? This is not everything. This is just some of them. So we send you a copy of this as like our thank you gift when you first join. Now, if you want to download this, print more, any of that, you can edit it. You can put your own paintings in here. You can have all kinds of fun with this. Then you can do that too. We even have kids stuff in here, every season, all of that fun stuff. Whew, it's a lot, I know. However, about twice a year, I'll order in bulk, and I'll do like a price for like $75 for 10 books. And then I offer them to Paint Party headquarters if you want to buy them. So usually twice a year, I will update the book, and I'll say, hey, I'm going to do a mass order. Go ahead and pre-order. Because again, just like I teach you to do butts in the seat, you get prepays first, then you buy your supplies. Same thing with these. I get prepays first, and then I buy them in bulk. However, as a new member, you're going to get that mailed to you. This, I got this printed at Staples. This is digital, okay? So the content, creative content calendar is digital. So make sure you download that. You'll get that in your email right away. And then this is digital as well. So when you get the Magic Scripts book, this is digital, and it has all the scripts for all of them. So all of that will be digital. And then the lookbook. Oh, and then you'll also get the Paint Party business book. We have a digital copy for you, but if you want to buy it on Amazon, that would be amazing. And then if you haven't read or listened to my book, you can listen to it for 99 cents, and it's me reading it to you. So if you're not annoyed with my voice yet, then there's a book you can listen to, and it's a pretty short read. So hopefully it'll inspire you. Okay, let's see. Jessica, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we only have 4 more questions. Oh my gosh, we're doing this. I'm proud of us. Jessica says, have you ever sold your paintings at vendor events? I have. I am not a person who loves vendor events. We have people in this group that kick butt at vendor events, and we have trainings on vendor events, but I just don't personally love them. So you'll find your way. You'll find what you do love, what you don't love, and it's okay if one of you loves vendor events and somebody else doesn't. So I've done it before, but I don't like doing them. But I also live in Texas, and I've also done a vendor event when it was 110 and almost died. Like, it was so crazy. Okay, Rachel Miles says, do you send out reminders to your painters like doctors or hairstylists? Yes, so I send out emails to my painters, and I always say, like, hey, it's coming up. I'm so excited. Here's the link if you want to invite a friend. Things like that, I highly recommend. Vicky Polly says, how do you teach large groups 50 plus since they will not be able to see you or the painting up close? Is that the purpose of the example pictures? Yes, Vicky. Not only that, you're going to have, remember, with like the marketing and stuff like that. So like, not only do you have like the marketing done for you and the supply list, you have this kind of stuff. So remember, this is step-by-step instructions. And then you also have like a display. This we added probably about 6 months ago. So we don't have it on every painting, but all the new stuff we do. And it's kind of like a grid. So between this and this, they have a picture right there with them, and they have a grid they can follow. And then I walk around the whole time. So I just, show the step, and then I'll walk around with my paintbrush and my thing, and I just walk around and help the whole time. All right, the last question, and then we'll share some more celebrations, and then we'll wrap up. Sound good? Awesome. Okay, so Leanne Romaine says, do you trace or have the painters trace the design on the canvas? Great question. My very first time having somebody trace, I brought a tracer because we had like 50 something people, and I was like, man, this reindeer is a little tricky. And so I brought a tracer and seeing if it was going to be okay. And they all traced. They all grabbed it. It was out of poster board. It was all crazy, and they were all grabbing it and tracing it. That taught me a lesson. That they love it pre-traced. So from then on, now I have almost every design pre-traced. So don't worry, we have all the tracers for you. Okay, let's see. Oh, Sarah, thank you. She says PPHQ is the best. Take care of all the deets. Yes, my job literally, like, I am not one of those entrepreneurs that's like, oh, I work for myself. No, I'm like, I got 3,000 plus bosses. You are my boss, and my job is to wake up and try to help you make money with your paint parties. So that is literally my job, my team's job, and we take it very, very seriously. And Vicky Polly says, I used the magic script a couple of weeks ago, and I got a gig at a local coffee shop for possibly every other month. Woo! So exciting. Oh my gosh, so exciting. Oh, and remember, I just saw that about the ink. Remember, don't print everything. A lot of this stuff, like for example, this, if you want to, you could have it where they just, scan it or whatever. You could have it where you send a text to them. Also, like a lot of this stuff, this is just posted online. I just printed it to show you because it'd be a little bit harder to show you without it printed. But a lot of this is just sent via text to my host. They post it online, all of that good stuff. So a lot of times, like, I'll have people that join Paint Party Headquarters and they're trying to print everything. And I'm like, no, just grab what you need when you need it. Okay, we'll do a couple of more wins here, and then we're going to wrap up. So let's see. Shauna says, my lookbook came in the mail today. It's awesome. Oh, yay. I'm so glad you like it. Let's see. Roxanne says, Heidi, I'm so grateful you didn't have all this back then because you probably wouldn't be here for us like you are. Oh, that's so true. We all love you, Bobby, Pixie, and the whole PPHQ team. So grateful. Oh, Roxanne, that's so sweet. Thank you. It's so true. If I would have never created this. That's so true. If I would have had somebody I could have bought this from, I would have just bought it and been doing my paint parties forever, right? Like, that's so crazy. It's weird how life works, right? Isn't that strange? You got me thinking all kinds of stuff right now. Like, what would have my life been like this? I gotta stop. I'll get into a whole daydream. Okay, let's see. Regina just got home from a paint party, tired but so happy I found Heidi in PPHQ. Oh, I'm so, so, so excited. Well, let's go ahead and end on that. Congratulations on your paint party. And I just want to say I am so, so proud of you showing up these last 3 days. I know that you are busy. I know that you have a lot going on, but here's the deal. We still have time to hang out. So when you join Paint Party Headquarters, if you join by tonight, tomorrow at 10 a.m., I'm going to be live with you. I'll have my coffee. I'll be ready to go, and I'll be answering more of your questions. But this time, I get to see your face, and I'm very happy about that because just staring at my face is just, I'm a little tired of my face. So I'm really excited about seeing your face and having coffee with you in the morning. So make sure if you join that you'll have a Zoom link. You can join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central, and we'll be there for an hour just getting to know each other, kind of knowing what you're excited about, what I can help you with, and I cannot wait for that. And then also I want to say, we have prizes. All the prizes for the what is it, Brendan? I want to make sure I have this right. It was like the most creative color, the most creative twist, and I think it's the best surface. So we have contests for that, and then we have the $500 giveaway for the guinea pig party, the practice party. So if you want to put that together, and make sure you do hashtag best paint party ever and post in this group. I'm going to be picking one person on Friday, November 15th at 1 p.m. to win $500 cash. So one of you is going to win $500 cash. And then last but not least, if you want to join Paint Party Headquarters, this is the last time we are ever offering it at $47 a month. When we offer it again in August of 2025, it will be $57 a month. So if you want locked into that rate of $47 a month, make sure you join by Friday, November 15th before midnight so you can get that price. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart and from my team's heart, we are so, so, so grateful. You trusted us with your time, your energy, your $10 to be a part of the Snowman Showdown, all of that. I just want to say thank you so much. And please let us know in the comments if this was worth it. If the $10 you paid for the Snowman Showdown was worth being a part of this. And for those of you that have moved on to join us for Paint Party Headquarters, thank you so much for trusting us. This is just the beginning, and I can't wait to see what you do. All right, enjoy. I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.